Hey gang, happy Tuesday. Um, I want to do a video about this meme thing that you see on the side of me that basically says I'm not allowed to be proud to be white. And that's, of course, based on the assumptions, presumptions, and positions of other people, aka hypocrisies. Um, so let's dig in. First and foremost, if you think that white pride is simply about the color, well, let me start this. Let me read this, because the whole point here is people saying um, they're using things that I say. For example, why can't we have white pride? And they say, and they're going, there's this is what I say. This is my meme. How come black pride's okay, Mexican pride, Asian pride, Muslim pride is okay, but white pride is racist? And this smart guy here, Robert Gonzalez. So I kind of wish I had removed his name, but hindsight. Plus, he put it out there publicly, so it's not my problem. Because black equals African culture and heritage, Mexican equals Mexican culture and heritage, Asian Muslims all equals culture and heritage, white equals proud of skin color. In fact, we have parades celebrating Irish, Italian, Islenos pride. Nobody says any of that is racist because it celebrates culture and heritage. Saying white pride is just being proud of your skin tone. It's not celebration of culture and heritage. It's you being proud you aren't black or brown. I didn't even read that last line before. Holy crap. That's pretty funny. Do you see the difference? Um, so if you think that white pride is simply about color, then by that method of thinking, I can sit here and say, well, then black pride is only about color. Well, why? Well, because it's what I think. When was the last time you've heard a conversation, seen a conversation, or engaged someone in a discussion of white pride and what that means to them? Most likely you haven't. So basically, why should someone not celebrating white pride, someone who is skeptical of white pride, someone in the out group in that regard, define what white pride is to a person like me who celebrates it? I'm going to preface these next few things I say by saying the comments here do not even remotely in any way, shape, or form represent what I think. These are used for context to put a hypothetical situation out there to understand this, okay? This is for clarity. So the next following statements that I'm going to make about black people and Mexicans is not true, at least to me. I'm sure there are people who believe that out there. But so if I'm going to go by that method of logic, where I'm going to base your pride on what I think that pride means to you, well, what's to stop me from then just saying, well, black pride is just about shooting each other, eating chicken, and selling drugs. And Mexican pride is just about making it over the border, getting a job on a farm, and selling tacos. Anyone would be appalled at that, but these people are celebrated and having their memes posted saying essentially the same thing, which is okay, though, because it's about white people. So by me saying that, the ultimate question should be, well, if you say that about blacks and Mexicans, as Seth, is that what those people view their pride as? The answer is probably no, and I am probably wrong. I would venture to say I would bet money, I'd bet the house on it that I am wrong. Um, if I want to know why someone celebrates something and why they take pride in something, I shouldn't just assume to know or base what I'm going to say or post next on my own biases or ignorance. So these are the key points I want to make, because if you make the assumption about white pride, you fall into one or more of the following categories. One, you are arrogant. And I say that because you presume to know what other people think. This is the most arrogant thing you can do if you have not talked to that individual, but just assume to know what they think, why they think it. Second one, you are projecting. You are proud of your skin color. You probably have insecurities about your race and what other people think about your race. So as a way to combat that, you're going to try and tear down other people's prides and assume that their pride and the issues they have, the struggles they have with it, are similar, if not the exact same, to yours. You assume their pride is your pride, or their lack of pride is your lack of pride. Next one, you are ignorant. You simply do not know, have an idea, or seem interested in learning anything about your own biases or lack of information. The next one, which is, I mean, arguably as bad as the first one to me. You are just intellectually dishonest. You know you're being a hypocrite. You know you're twisting things. You know you're making these false dichotomies, and you're okay with that because, well, you already drank the Kool-Aid, and now you need other people to drink the Kool-Aid with you. The overarching thing here that I think is important, coupled with those four things I just said, is you have people dictating to you. I have people dictating to me what I can be proud of. I can be proud of what whites have done. For example, why is Black Pride a celebration of culture, but white pride is just a celebration of skin color? Why is the assumption that I should be proud to be from Poland, okay? So not be proud of being white. I should be proud of being from Poland, but Black people can be proud of being Black, not from Kenya, not from Somalia. Why is that? Because they're hypocrites, because they don't understand what they're saying and doing, or they're ignorant to it, or they're making their presumptions, or they're being intellectually dishonest and just choose to ignore it. So by adhering to and not fighting back, I'm essentially letting these people, whether they're liberals, Marxists, thought police, collectivists, globalists, if I don't fight back and if I let them continue with that narrative unopposed, I'm letting them box me in on what I am proud of, what I can't be proud of, what I should be ashamed of, or in the context of history and what I should and shouldn't be ashamed of. And I'll talk more about that in a moment. So I had several conversations with people lately, excuse me, about white pride with whites and not whites. But in talking with the white people about white pride, I haven't heard one of them said, yeah, I'm proud of being white because I hate minorities, I hate blacks, I want an ethno state, I want the country going back, the South will rise again. Now again, I'm not saying there are not those people out there, but I haven't heard one in my groups. So let's go over what white pride is to me and what a lot of these people mirrored when I said it. I'm proud that white people ended slavery in the West. Keyword West there because there's lots of places in Muslim countries that still have racism. There's lots of places in Africa and Southeast Asia, and even some places in like Eastern Europe that still have various forms of, whether you call it indentured servitude, forced service, whatever. I'm proud that white people spread democracy. I'm proud that whites fought and won in the battle against communism. I'm proud that whites fought against the Muslim conquest of Europe. Yes, folks, specifically my Polish people are responsible for Europe as it is today. Arguably, I'm going to say yes, not because of my Polish pride, but because in studying the histories of it. But when the Polish people came to the aid of Vienna when they were under siege by Islam, they saved the day. Lots of historians say that had that not happened, the two combination of things that would have made it true what I said about Europe being Islamized was that the main fighting force of, whether you want to say Europe or Christendom or both, it would have fallen, and it would have opened the gateway to Europe for the Muslims. But additionally, it would have fractured the small semblance of what was political unity at that time. That was one of the first times Europeans came together, because for the most part, historically, they had just been fighting each other. They haven't had a massive outside presence like that. And that was the first time they did. It brought them together, got them to unite at that time under Christendom, and they succeeded. I'm proud that whites all over the world are some of the most open and tolerant people. I'm proud that white people have made countless scientific discoveries throughout the history of people. I'm proud that white people banded together to stop Nazism. I'm proud that white people have some of the most modern and progressive countries in the world historically and today. I can go on and on. I won't. The last point I want to make is that white people, and I hope this sinks into you, whether you're going to engage in this debate with someone else or if you're someone who's like, oh, Aseth, you're dumb, which means you probably haven't even made it this far. You probably stopped 2 minutes in and called me a racist. White people are the only group today that are bound, expected to view themselves through the lens only on the things that they did wrong: slavery, colonialization, racism, and all that. Every other race, group, color of people, religion, nation, and so on have fought wars, enslaved people, oppressed people, exploited people, had sexism, had experienced hate, um, all of that good stuff. But when people talk about black pride, I don't say, well, what about Chicago and the black on black violence there? You can't be proud to be black. That's ignorant. What about the Africans selling slaves to white people, turning in their own people? So you can't be proud to be black. I don't say to Mexicans, I don't point out the conquest and slavery and the ritual sacrifices that they had been performing for hundreds and hundreds of years. I don't point out Asian massacres of one another if someone's proud to be Asian. What about Pol Pot's? What about the Japanese? You can't be proud to be Asian. What about what Koreans did? No, it doesn't matter. I don't talk about Muslim slavery today. If someone's proud to be Muslim, they should be proud to be Muslim. I don't talk about Christian oppression of gays when someone is proud to be Christian. And I don't try to say those things to break down another person's pride. The times you should focus on that is if you have someone who is proud of something that they should not be proud of. And I don't mean by because you wouldn't be proud of it or something like that, but if you're proud to be white because you think you're better than black people, well, that's wrong. If you're proud to be a Muslim because you love killing Christians, that's wrong. If you like being Christian because you're not a fag, not my words, just for context, that's wrong. There are all kinds of things to be proud about. You should not try to dictate to someone what they can and cannot be proud about, and B, you should try to understand that person individually and try to come to them from a place of understanding and acceptance, not from just making an assumption based on your own biases, your own ignorance, something you haven't studied, something you haven't looked at, something you're not knowledgeable in, something you heard someone say something, some meme on Facebook, some Instagram post, some Tumblr thing, because people on Tumblr said this. Go out and learn and talk to people. If you are the person on the opposite side, go out and challenge those people. Ask them what they think what white pride is. And when they say, well, it's skin color, well, yeah, I think the same thing about black pride. You're right. And then they're going to go off on their thing. You need to be willing to step up to that plate and not expect to knock a home run out on the first pitch. You may go to a full count and foul off 8 and then get walked, but at least you made it. So hope this makes some sense to you. I felt like I rambled there. I hope I wasn't. More importantly, I hope that you all have a great day, and I'm proud to be white today. Go easy, gang.